Sorry, I was pretty quick on, but I think everybody supported, and with your presence hearing, I'm really thankful to you, everyone, for your patience hearing. Okay, so I was talking. I think I was on area chart where I was talking about the area chart. So what if you see here is like you should have maximum try to build 4 to 5 categories when you are building any area chart. Okay, try to make so it should be presented in a better way. You can see here if a stack chart arranged in a data, if you present the data and if you position it and you try to present it, it makes sense basically. So that the lower data is presented in a better way, and higher data is presented on top of the stack chart of it. So as I discussed, it should always start with a zero, never with a number, which is always there. So these are the standard practices which prevails across the charts. Use transparent. So something you can see here in this particular fourth graph, you can see my mouse pointer. There is a dip out here, but till what dip is going, we are not able to see. But you can see here, it's not about just simply designing an area graph, but you also need to equally understand where I have to make the image thin, the thin film pretty thin, and you have to take it ahead so that I should be able to see till what level this has got dipped basically. Okay. So basically, this chart, stack chart, is not meant to show the discrete data. It is always meant to show the continuous data and other things which should be kept into consideration. So all these factors are there. So you know about the scatter plotting and other things which you see. How many of you know scatter plotting? What is scatter plotting? Please press 1 if you know scatter plot. If you don't know, please press 2. Wow, everybody knows scatter plot. Wow, awesome, great. So I'll not be deep diving into that. So you can see here, these are the best presentation of the scatter plot. Is again starts with a zero objective. Now, include the number of variables. You should be very limited. What you are trying to analyze, the data should be pretty limited. Okay, that talks about. So yes, there might be a huge amount of data, but you have to really categorize it and make it sensible data to make a relative comparison out of it. Okay. Now you can see here in the third graph that there is a red line, there is an orange line. So red line shows it's a trending. So whenever you want to use a trending graph and other things based on the scatter plot, yes, you can use this trending graphs also. Okay. So basically, yeah. So it talks about that you should be using if you're using the trending category, you should be make one as a baseline, and you with that particular baseline you should be able to compare others. These are the best practices of the trending lines. Otherwise, you go in a haphazard, if it is going high and low, you are not able to compare in a right way. So if you need to compare, you need to have 2 or 3 max, so that the one you make is business behavior is working out. Okay. Again, you have seen your sales are, you can put it over here. Okay. So one second. So basically, when you talk about the x-axis on the first graph, the label should be visible. You should be able to take the numbers unit in such a way that the numbers are visible. These are the best practices so that I can do certain analysis, and most of the tools gives you that flexibility also. Okay, so it's like x is small and 2x is becoming pretty big. So it shows that this graph representation, so it should be relatively in ratio basically, that if you put x, then other should be something like a 2x it should look like. And so if you see the Tableau, basically it will gives you multiple images to present it out, but good to use bubble charts with the transparency and other things rather than using other graphs. So it gives you a best objective inferences out of it. So don't try to use any multiple sets or other things which may create like quite confusing, because people doesn't observe in a better way and the inferences may be wrong. So try to use as much bubble graph as you can use. This is a heat map graph. You can see here, as we say, like the standard coding should be used, the same formatting, the color should be nearby time, the graph, the line should be properly visible. Okay, in a simple map outline. Basically, you can see here orange color, red color. Don't try to use multiple different colors to present your graph. This is what it should be properly selected basically. Okay. So whatsoever, so use patterns like if like if you have to show something like the rainfall or your cultivated lands, then you have to select those area and you have to present it very gracefully so that it looks like something we are trying to present out here. You can use the green color, dark green color, light green color in terms of cultivation, in terms of you want to see the watershed, then you have to use the blue color. Those concepts basically comes into picture in a big way, right? Okay, so this when you are putting the scaling, right, the scaling should be proper here, right? So you can see a 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 80 plus. So basically you can see here, so 75 to 81 there is a difference of 6. So scaling is very important once you are doing the graphical presentation out here. These are the very small things also. Basically these are the do's and don'ts what basically use. I'll not walk you through. This is the readable things that you can go through. And this is the example which I have talked about, the exploratory data analysis, okay, which I had given example of a Babita man. This is how do you approach, okay. Now these are the form of different shapes and sizes that you can use within your graphs. Okay, these are Colin Ware graphs which can be used within your graph to present it in a better way to find if any data is something different. You can see here the pattern and you can see the line here, right? So you can see there is something different visualization coming out over here. So there are multiple ways: orientation, length, width, size, shape. This is what we have covered during our entire presentation as such, as a part of your color, as a part of your spatial positioning, where I have insisted you to make 2D positions rather than making a 3D positions in your graph. Okay. So basically, if you see here, the same thing is being presented as a bar graph and a pie chart. Okay, but if you see the relative comparison, if I have to make it on a bar graph, it becomes pretty easy because I'm able to scale it out very properly, right? But the same thing, if you look at the pie chart, the scaling becomes inferences become pretty difficult, and we have to really put a lot of pain to understand what exactly this graph is talking about. So try to put mostly on the bar graph pie chart so that there is a relative comparison, or through a line chart or through an area graph. Okay, these all things can be used. Okay, now this is the pattern basically when where I told you that trending, like going up, going down, you can look at this graphs and you can do clustering. Like this is how the clustering goes on. Okay, the graphs presentation, nominal, intersecting, non-intersecting graphs. So you can have multiple observations through a graph. It's not like that, simply we are just building a graph for the sake of building a graph. Now you have so many insights to build a graph that if anybody looks, when you design a graph, anybody who looks at your graph, basically, they will be able to make inferences out of it in a big way. Okay. So yes, this is a Gestalt principle, basically, the proximity, similarity, you try to identify among doing the clustering, what is symmetry, non-symmetry, closure, continuity, continuous graph, non-continuous graph, connected, non-connected, figure. So these are all the Gestalt graph, Gestalt graph principles which you use to design your best practices when you ever go for designing a graph. Basically, I'm sorry, I'm pretty fast out here. I don't have a time because I have to give a quick closure also. So hope once you go through my presentation, and if you have any queries, you can definitely come back to me, and you can. I will be happy addressing your queries basically after this session also. So now if you see here, there are 3-4 ways to present a graph. Now I am presenting 3 informations out here. You can see here that I am presenting a bubble chart, the area chart. Okay, I am trying to compare multiple companies, Apple, Google, Microsoft, within the same graph. So this is called 3-dimensional graph. Okay, but represented in a 2-way positioning, so that if I look at the graph, I'm able to make inferences out of it pretty quickly. Okay, so this is what all about analytics pattern, wide, narrow. This already I have discussed with you. Okay, so I am really thankful to you for being so patient, and for your kind attention. So please let me know if you have any queries. If you have any queries, please press 1, else press 2. Okay. Sorry at the last moment being so fast, but yeah, I hope this presentation will help you out in a big way because I have a time constraint to finish it off. So last sliders have to move pretty fast. I'm sorry for it, but yeah, I will be readily available for all your queries. So thank you everyone. I think everybody is good to go with my presentation. I don't know how much you are able to capture, but I hope I was able to give you a handful of information which will help you to take this knowledge ahead. Thanks a lot. Yes, ma'am. It's up to you now.
Thank you, Mr. Swamranjan, for the excellent session. And really, it was wonderful. So, thank you. We can start immediately next session, sir. अविनाश sir का session अभी start कर दें.
हाँ मैम अविनाश are you there? Avinash?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here only.
Yes, I think yes.
We will
So,
start
ma'am,
the session of
yeah.
Avinash sir immediately.
Yeah, if you want, if all the buddies wants to start the session right now, we can start. But if they want a break for 5 minutes, you can have a break for 5 minutes. No issue.
So let us keep a break of 5 minutes.
Okay, sure, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Sam
Okay,
sir.
thank you everyone. I'll take a leave from here.
Okay, thank you very
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thanks for getting me over.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.